But what I do look for is people that, that I want to be friends with, people that, kind of know what they want as well. They're not just like, oh, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do this. So like people that are decisive, I think that helps a lot. That might be one of the biggest challenges for contractors is dealing with indecisive customers.
Sure.
Who can't make up their mind about picking out this or that. So it can be rough that way. But I think if people are pretty genuine and, they're in good communication with the contractor and they respect you as well, then I think you can develop a great relationship. And
first of all, thanks for coming in, man. Here on Mark and Adam podcast with Cherry Pick, missing Mark, and we got a trade up here with Devin O'Brien with Modern Updates. Thanks for coming, buddy. Appreciate it.
Heck yeah. Appreciate you having me. Hopefully you can offer some good value for the listeners.
Yeah. You work with real estate investors. There's real estate investors listening today. What do you typically like, when you're working with them? What do you like to see? What do they look for in you? Maybe walk us through a little bit of that from your perspective, and then maybe from vice versa.
Yeah, I think it's just like people that are genuine and that are in communication well. A lot of people, like some of the times they get turned off by real estate investors, or they they call you all excited about a project, and then like you don't hear from them. Like you're like, oh yeah, send me the address, send me the details, and then you just don't hear from them, or they're just calling everybody doing that, and then you can't really build a relationship, and you're like, you don't really know if they're legit or if they're just trying to pick your brain and get shit for free. So stuff like that, if people aren't really genuine, I think can turn me off. And then, but what I do look for is people that that I want to be friends with, people that kind of know what they want as well. They're not just like, oh, maybe we could do this, maybe we could do this. So like people that are decisive, I think that helps a lot. That might be one of the biggest challenges for contractors is dealing with indecisive customers.
Sure.
Who can't make up their mind about picking out this or that. So it can be rough that way. But I think if people are pretty genuine and, they're in good communication with the contractor and they respect you as well, then I think you can develop a great relationship. And, that's kind of what I look for. So,
yeah. I could see, especially on somebody's primary house, dealing with the stereotypical Karen.
Yeah.
No offense to the Karen, the name Karens out there, but the stereotypical Karen that is too over the top, concerned about every little detail, and it's sort of you're just looking to get the job done. Obviously, you're always there and to support your customers.
Yeah, that's kind of a trade-off because it's like I want to work for homeowners because you can. Make top dollar, and investors are great because they have a lot of work, but they're usually looking to get a deal. But the homeowners are definitely a lot harder to handle a lot of times. So
that's a good point.
You got to be patient.
What about advice for people getting started in the GC world?
Yeah, I think, just get into it and, start working either as a laborer, depending on how much skill you have, or start working for a bigger construction company. Out of college, I started working for my dad's electrical contracting company, and I worked there for about 2.5 years, and I was managing a lot of smaller projects for them. So I learned how to read blueprints and manage people and manage his electricians and go into job meetings and reporting on progress and then ordering material, doing the pricing. So when I started my own thing, I already kind of knew how to do all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I think you need that experience to work with other people before you just jump into it, because you kind of need that understanding of how it all kind of comes together. So I would say probably start working for someone else off the bat, and then also just continue in personal development and, looking for resources, looking for coaches out there who are coaching construction companies and stuff like that, and always getting new information and figuring out new, better ways to do things.
Yeah, always nice to get paid to learn. While you're working for somebody else.
Yeah.
Absorb it, take it in.
Yeah,
all of those things, right? And
totally.
And then you can kind of go out and start to branch off, do your own thing.